Hey everybody, this is Nate Wright, and this is my son Chaz, and we're going to start a new little thing here where we're going to pick every week against the spread. I know there's plenty of them out there. I don't know how many father-son combos there are, but we're going to have a direct competition here. So you can take our advice if you want to. By no means is this meant to use for gambling purposes or anything. Just a little fun thing between me and my son, and we're going to post it out there for people to see. So we're going to go pick through all the NFL games. We're going to pick through the ones for this weekend. This weekend is the November 7th game, so it's the weekend of the 7th. We missed Thursday's game last night between the Colts and the who played last night? The Colts
Jets.
and the Jets. So what'd you think of the outcome of that?
I'm fine with that. My favorite player is on the Colts, so
Who's that?
Michael Pittman Jr.
Ah, yeah, nice. He had a good game. Had a big touchdown catch there.
Yeah.
Questionable call there. All right, so we're going to start off with the first game of the day here. We're going to go the Texans are at Miami. Texans are getting 5.5. The trip for the Texans out east, 5.5 is I think enough though. So I'm going to go ahead and pick. I'm going to say the Dolphins are going to cover the 5.5. What do you think?
I'm gonna agree with that.
Dolphins covering?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to not a whole lot exciting in that game to talk about, is there really? Not a whole
No,
lot going on.
not
All right.
very
Let's
good.
talk about the Broncos going to the Cowboys, and the Broncos are getting 9.5 points. So, Chaz, why don't you go ahead and make the first pick on this
I
one?
think because the Broncos are going to Dallas and Dallas has a good organization, that Dallas will cover the spread.
You think so? You think Dak will be back this week?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure about that
Yeah.
one.
I think that the Broncos are going to be able to move the ball against the Cowboys, and Dak may not be 100% and he may not play. And if there's that game time decision where he doesn't play, I'm going to go ahead and go against you on this one. I'm going to take the Broncos plus the points. I think the Cowboys probably win. I just don't think they can cover that big of a spread. All right, let's go to next game is going to be the Vikings going to Baltimore. Vikings are kind of on a little hot streak right now,
Yeah.
getting some wins. So, but they got to go out and face the Ravens. So, what do you think there?
I think the Ravens are going to cover the spread with Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, they're getting, six. They're giving up 6, so they got to cover that 6. I think I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to agree with you solely because I don't like the Vikings, and so anything I can do to diss the Vikings, I'll take it. So,
I just
all
think
right,
Baltimore is going to win at least by a touchdown or
yeah,
two. So.
yeah, tough to keep up with that scoring. All right, so next up we got New England at Carolina. I think say it's a question or not on whether Sam Darnold is going to be out there this weekend.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna take the Patriots to cover. I think they're hot. They're on a roll. They had a big win 2 weeks ago. I think they're getting things figured out, and I'm gonna go Patriots minus the points. What do you think?
I'm going to agree with you on that one too. Jones is looking good, and the wide receivers are catching the ball. So.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got the Bills heading to Jacksonville. Um, this one's a tough one because it's a big spread. You got the Bills going all the way down to Jacksonville on the road. Good weather, but I just think Jacksonville's struggling. I think the Bills are going to throw for they're going to throw for a lot of yards. I think it's going to be a real tough day for the Jaguars to do anything offensively, and so I'm going to take the Bills on the road minus 14 and a half. What do you think?
Okay, I actually think the Jaguars are going to cover the spread here. Just with Trevor Lawrence and them on the offense, I think they might be able to move the ball a little bit, maybe get some points. I just don't think the Buffalo Bills will be able to make this cover that spread so big like that.
Yeah. All right. So Chaz is going to take Jacksonville plus the points here. All right. Next up, this is looking like it's one of the smallest ones of the week, other than the Chargers game. So we're looking at the Cleveland Browns going to Cincinnati. The Browns are getting 2.5 points. Bengals minus 2.5. Chaz, I'll let you go first on this one since I'm first
I
on
think
this one.
the Browns are going to cover the spread there. I think
So you're
that
taking the Browns plus the points, huh?
yeah, I think
Okay.
that Garrett and their D is good, and we'll be able to stop Joe Mixon and what's his name, Joe Burrow.
Yep.
I think they're going to be able to stop the run and stop the pass. So I think they'll be able to win by not win, but
Cover that 2.5, or
yeah,
you'd be able to win. They might even outright win that sucker.
yeah,
To tell you the truth, so I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna take the Browns plus the 2.5. I don't think. I mean, the Bears beat the Bengals this year, so
yeah.
I think the Browns will be able to handle it. So, all right, so I'll take the Browns plus points as well. All right, next up, Atlanta getting 6 points at New Orleans, and New Orleans coming off a big win over the Bucks last week. What do you think there? Oh, actually, I'll go first on this one. I think I'm going to take the Saints to cover here. I'm going to take the Saints to cover the spread. I just think being down in New Orleans, I know it's not far of a trip for Atlanta. I just think things are pretty hot right now for the Saints. So I'm going to take the Saints over the Falcons.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Saints are going to cover the spread there. Their offense is clicking, like you said. They had a big win against Tampa Bay last week. I honestly think that they will win at least by 2 touchdowns.
All right, so next up, we got a tough one here, right? We got the
Yeah.
Raiders versus the Giants. Raiders going to the Giants, starting at the West Coast, heading all the way out to New York. But they're the favorite, minus 3.5. Obviously, Raiders going through a lot with Coach Gruden leaving this year and having to take a big trip. But I think Derek Carr, um, I think he's got enough to get it done. I'm going to take the Raiders minus the points on a big road trip. I know that's a crazy little bet there, but I think they got enough to get it done over the Giants.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with you. I think the Raiders are gonna complete. Cover the spread. So the New York Giants are not doing bad this year, but the Raiders, it's just so small of a spread that I think that they're gonna be able to score more than 3.5.
You got to think the Raiders are going to win that game, right?
Yeah.
And so 3.5, I just that's a score.
It's
I mean,
low.
Vegas is always close to it, but I'm going to take 3.5. I'll give up those points and I'll take the Raiders. All right, this is basically a pick'em game. It's the Chargers at the Eagles. Chargers coming from west to east. Minus 1.5 at the Eagles. Always a tough place to play at Philadelphia. What do you think? Oh, I guess it's my turn to pick first, isn't it? I'm gonna go with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Here, I'm gonna say I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna follow my trend there of the last game where the Raiders are going out east, and I'm gonna take the Chargers traveling well as well. I'm gonna say the NFL travels well this week. I'm gonna take the Chargers, and I'm gonna give the points there. So I'm gonna say they're gonna cover the 1.5.
All right, I think the Chargers are also gonna cover the 1.5, just because of they had a hot start, and Justin Herbert isn't looking too bad either. So
Yeah, for sure.
he just got off questionable too. So
For sure. All right, so here's the big talk of the week. Green Bay Packers going to the Chiefs. Would have been a great game to watch, but
Chiefs aren't doing so good.
Chiefs aren't doing so good. And Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
not
he just got
playing.
out. Right.
Not playing this weekend. So Aaron Rodgers in COVID protocol, and we are. This is an interesting one because I know it was. I think the Chiefs -2, or it might even be the Packers -2 early in the year. And as this news about Aaron Rodgers flipped, went the other way. So Packers going to the Chiefs. Packers +7. I just don't think without Aaron Rodgers that the Packers are going to be the same team. So I'm going to say I'm going to have to go Chiefs minus the 7. And I know that might be crazy, but and maybe the Packers quarterback can come out and get it done. Flynn, is it Jordan Flynn, the backup?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, yeah. Jordan Love, the backup for the Packers, and yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to cover it. I think that Pat Mahomes is going to come out, and they need to make a statement in some way, shape, or form, and I think this is an opportunity for him to do it.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I think the Packers are gonna get it, complete the spread, cover the spread.
Right.
Um, Jordan Love, I feel like he's still gonna lead them. Uh, they're getting uh, more of their players back as the weeks go through. Their offense is explosive, so I really think the Green Bay Packers will complete cover the spread.
All right. So Packers covering. All right. Arizona Cardinals at San Fran. Battle of the NFC West. Cardinals are getting 2 points. They are the underdog here. They just came off their first loss of the season. 49ers are all right. I think the reason the spread is the way it is, I think, is the question of whether or not Kyler Murray's going to play, and I think he is going to play. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Cardinals and the points here, and say they're going to go to San Fran and get the job done.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one, especially with the wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, agreed. All right, 2 more to go here. We got the Sunday night game. That's the Titans at the Rams. This is an interesting one. The Titans are getting 7 here. Not a bad team, but man, going to the Rams at Rams. One thing is Matt Stafford's had some back issues this week. So, but he did play today. He's came off the questionable and he's marked as healthy now. So, I think the Rams are going to score some points. They're at home. Good to be home. I'm going Rams -7.
All right. I'm gonna agree with you. I think the Rams will cover the spread. Tennessee just lost Derrick Henry too,
That's true.
and Ryan Tannehill. I know he's a, I think it's called All-Star game.
Pro Bowler?
Pro Bowl, yeah. He made it to the Pro Bowl, but he barely made it. So, I just think that Julio Jones not doing that good this year either. So I think Los Angeles and their organization will complete the spread.
Cover the spread?
Yeah, cover the spread.
It's all right. It's our first time doing it. Learning the lingo is a part of the game, right? You either take the underdog in the points or you're covering the spread, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, our game, Chicago Bears at Pittsburgh Steelers. Bears got to travel out there. It is a Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Bears are getting 6 points. So, it's tough to, it's tough to pick against your own team. Steelers had a nice win last week. I gotta think at some point Justin Fields is gonna have his game.
Yeah, he had a good game last week too.
I'm gonna say that the Bears D figures it out again. They were looking good at the beginning of the season. Make some tweaks, get some things done. I'm gonna say, and this is purely because I'm a fan of the Bears, I'm going to take the Bears plus the 6. I don't know if they can win that game, but I'm hoping Justin Fields can at least keep it close.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one. Justin Fields, I think, will have a game sometime or later. He had a good start last game against the 49ers, just couldn't finish it. The offensive line really needs to help him, though, and get the sacks down. And he can't really fit much stuff in, or Pittsburgh's just going to take the ball away. We need a lot of possession on offense. So I do think the Bears will win. Will cover the spread on that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it. Looks like we'll see after the weekend what we end up here. So there you go. The first day of picking games. Hopefully we can keep this rolling and keep going. But the first slot of games here on November 7th, Sunday of 2021 is in the books for Big Nate and Little Chaz here. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. All right. Bye.